All right, sup guys, welcome back to the channel, Too Easy Sports Betting. I'm Trice Too Easy. Guys, if you're new here, take a second, hit the subscribe button. If you've been here, please, 5 seconds of your time, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. One of the best things you can do to support me and help the channel grow. Lastly, you want to join the Discord, there is a link in the description and the pinned comment. It's $10 a month, guys. It costs a fifth of what most servers cost, so it's not a tenth. And there's a lot of value in there. We're in there making a lot of money. We're hitting parlays regularly. We're killing the slates with the straights, and everybody's in there cooking up and just trying to get a bag. So dope community to be a part of. If you'd like, check it out. Why not? Anyways, we'll review yesterday. Then I'll show you guys the player props, and then we will go over the review the slate, and talk about the games. We got the Ravens and the Bucks, and then we got the Chargers and the Cardinals. Should be a great, should be fun, man. Should be a good Monday night. I like these games. I think both these games should be really good. So let's get into it. Anyways, yesterday for Sunday, week 7, 9 wins, 5 losses, +4. Again, I'm just continuing week after week after week to fucking just crack they dumbass. So 9 and 5, who wouldn't take that? It's a great day. If I didn't blank on that damn Vikings game, ooh, it would have been so different. They were so close to winning. Oh well, what can you do? Had to go with them. I still like to play. But other than that, it was all around pretty damn good. And of course, the Giants couldn't get anything going. But yeah, all right, let's get into it. Let's review the player props. But before I do that, you know, we got to talk about the sponsor of the video, Bet Sports. Actually, here's the plays I did hit yesterday in the Discord. I shared every one of these. 77 to 577. We had Devon Achane and Bijan Robinson with their rushing yards. Cracked that. Had the 5-game little spread bet, 36 to 242. Hit the 100 to 720 with the money line straight up. Colts game was a bit of a sweat. Other than that, it was easy. And then lastly, Aaron Rodgers on the night game with Najee Harris for 80 yards. Cracked that as well. It's 44 to 544. So really good day. Another $2,000 weekend. Just like the weekend prior, which was here where we 30. So back to back, really good Sundays for me. Anyways, that's how yesterday went. Let's talk about the sponsor, Bet Sports, guys. If you need a recreational sports book, it's an offshore sports book, but it's just like having a recreational. So if you're in a state where you can't bet, or you need access to a sports book that's online, you don't need to use a bookie or go to the casino. Use it from your computer, or your laptop, or your phone. You can put anything together. You can do Lamar Jackson at 400 yards tonight. You can take him at 5 touchdowns. Like, you can do anything you want. They're going to give you the odds. You can parlay it, play it as a straight, whatever you'd like. A very good sports book. I like a lot. I've put a lot of my bankroll in here because the odds are better in how you can bet. But yeah, so yeah, if you need if you are in a state where you can't bet and need something like a recreational book, check it out. Player props today, guys, of course, sponsored by Outlier, 7-day free trial in the link. Check this out as well. You need to use this to win parlays and player props. This is the best app there is. Baker Mayfield, over 1.5 touchdowns. Oh, and guys, I'm sick as hell. I had all these kids this weekend. My daughter got my ass. I'm a little fucked up right now. I'm working on it, though, goddamn. I feel like shit. I can't breathe. I probably got COVID. Anyways, Baker Mayfield, over 1.5 touchdowns. I think that this game is extremely high scoring. I'm thinking 60, 70 points, and I'm being dead serious. Neither team can run the ball. Both these teams have pretty solid rushing defenses. Both these teams have horrible passing defense. I think this game is very high scoring. Baker Mayfield for 2 passing touchdowns seems like a absolute no-brainer to me. These Ravens can't stop the pass, and Baker Mayfield is a top passing offense. They're top 3 in the league when it comes to passing offense. Rushing, not so much, but it doesn't matter. You can't run on the Ravens anyways. He's going to be forced to pass the ball. And 2 touchdowns is nothing when I think they score 3 or 4 anyways. Next, J.K. Dobbins, over 69.5 rushing yards. Again, if you see what they do, Cardinals have a terrible, terrible rushing defense. If you look at what he does versus bad defenses, versus the Raiders, 135, versus the Panthers, 131, versus the Broncos, he did 96, and they're a good rushing defense. Then when he was versus the Chiefs, who have good rushing defense, didn't do well. Versus the Steelers with a good rushing defense, didn't do well. Basically, when he's versus shit defense, he's going to run like crazy. Enter the Cardinals. He should run all over them, guys. So that's it for the props. Only a couple. I'm going to cook up a lot of parlays for Discord and things like that. But let's review this slate and talk about each game. I'll give you guys my plays that I'm on. So let me first fix my screen so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Maybe. Let's try this again. Sorry, guys, video's all. I can't fucking breathe, y'all. Okay, Ravens and the Buccaneers, first game. So I'm on the, let's just discuss the game and go over it. You have Ravens, who are an elite offense. They continue to improve every week. They have a good run, a good pass. Lamar Jackson looks unstoppable. They have a lot of weapons. They are just a dominant force in the league. I think they're probably the best team in the league right now. Them and probably the Lions. Obviously, you got the Vikings, you have the 49ers, you have the Chiefs, but I don't even consider 49. I say Chiefs, Ravens, Vikings, and the Lions are probably the top 4 teams in the league. I don't know who's better than who. But then you have the Buccaneers on the other end of that, who are another top-tier offense. This game should be an absolute shootout. You have 2 teams who shut down the run but cannot stop the pass to save their lives. You have 2 all-star quarterbacks, tons of weapons for offensively. I just can't see a world where this is low scoring. This should just be big pass after big pass after big pass. It should just be drive down the field, score, drive down the field, score, back and forth, back and forth. I do think the Ravens end up getting the best of them just because Lamar can move. I don't think they can ever get him under pressure and move him. Now, the Bucs O-line has been excellent, though, so I understand if you're like, well, they won't touch him either. But the thing is, the times that the pressure does get through, because pressure will get through sometimes. When it does, I think Lamar handles it better, makes less mistakes, and can use his feet a lot tonight. So look out for his rushing yards. I'm calling that now. And the Buccaneers do bring some heat. That said, on the other end, Lamar just gets out of there. Baker does not do that. He can't. He's not as good as Lamar getting out of trouble. So I think that a couple sacks here, maybe a mistake or 2 there, and I think the Ravens get the best of them. But I do think it's a competitive, close game, hence why the Lions at only -3.5. But Ravens, I do think they end up winning, and I'm going to be on the Ravens -3.5. Again, I love the over because you have basically two teams that aren't going to run the ball. Ravens can't versus the Bucs. Bucs damn sure can't versus the Ravens. Ravens are the best run defense in the league. You have to pass the ball. Why wouldn't you go into anyways? Baker Mayfield and Lamar with all these weapons. So it should just be a shootout. Over 49. 49.5 is way too low. And I like the Buccaneers team total 22.5. That's 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Again, a shootout. There's no reason they can't get this number. I wanted to play the Ravens, but theirs is almost at 30. But this 22.5, I like it a lot. And I like their touchdowns over 2.5. It's 3 touchdowns. Guys, Ravens are not an elite defense. They are an elite offense and an elite run defense. They cannot, when it comes to stopping the pass, they're really bad. Now you have the Buccaneers who have an elite passing offense. They're not going to get shut out. This should be high scoring with a lot of passing touchdowns and a lot of passing yards, with the Ravens coming out on top. So those are my 4 plays for that. Chargers and the Cardinals. I'm on the Chargers money line. I'm not going to overthink this. I say it all the time. I'm not a sharp. I'm a common sense logic sports bettor. I go with what I've seen. Cardinals are not good. In their defense, they have had a very, very difficult schedule. They've played some very tough teams and very elite offenses. I understand that. But when it comes to defenses, these Cardinals have not done well versus bad defenses. Even the Lions, guys. Are the Lions a much better team than the Cardinals? Yes, but it's because of offense, not defense. The Lions' defense is terrible. Really bad. The fucking Cardinals put up, let me see. Let me get this pulled up so I can tell you guys correctly. I'm going to give you some real numbers. Okay, versus the Packers. Terrible pass defense and not a great rush defense. 13 points. 49ers. They won by 1, but still only put up 24 points. Versus the Commanders, awful pass defense, 14 points. Versus the Lions, awful pass defense, 13 points. And then they had that one great game versus the Rams. So fucking what? I am not impressed with how they've been lately. Their offense is in shambles. The Chargers have a really good defense. So my point that I was getting at is they versed Packers, Commanders, and the Lions and couldn't score at all. Now they're versus the Chargers, who have a better pass and rush defense than all 3 of those teams I just listed, who they only scored 23 points on, 13 points on, and 13 points on. So how you could back an offense like that versus a much better defense is beyond me. On top of that, the Chargers with J.K. Dobbins run the absolute shit out the ball, as you saw on the prop screen, and Cardinals have no rush defense. So I don't see a world. I think the Chargers just get ahead early, run the ball on them, run the clock out, low scoring game with the Chargers just running like crazy and the Cardinals never producing on offense because they haven't produced versus worse defenses in the Chargers. So it's a pretty easy Chargers money line if you don't overthink yourself into a bad bet. Chargers money line under 44.5. Okay, so what did I actually play, guys? Because I'm fucking hot and can't breathe and dying of illness. Let me just show you guys these plays. What I'm on today is, maybe I gotta fix this screen too. My bad, guys. Okay, I'm on the Ravens -3.5, the over 49.5, Buccaneers team total over 22.5. Buccaneers total touchdowns over 2.5. And Baker Mayfield over 1.5 touchdowns. And now you know you guys are probably like, you have so much plays for the Buccaneers. You really don't think they win? No, these lines are just too low and the prices are too good to pass up. I still think the Ravens get them, but the Ravens lines cost too damn much or are way too high. Buccaneers are discounted because they think the Bucs aren't better than the Ravens. And I think they're very close. I think the Ravens are better, but the Bucs offense should go crazy on this defense. So high scoring, competitive, with the Buccaneers making a few more errors due to the pressure and Baker not using his feet like Lamar can. Then the Chargers Cardinals. Chargers money line under 44.5 and J.K. Dobbins over 69.5 rushing yards and minus 137. Free. If you don't play any play tonight, play J.K. Dobbins and play the Chargers. These are the two top plays. You guys want top plays every now and again? J.K. Dobbins, Chargers money line. Okay, guys, get out of here. Let's get a bag. Check out the Discord if you'd like. I'll be posting a bunch of parlays in there later. Let's get out of here. Let's get a bag and let's absolutely crack these folks.